Kuno, and today I'm doing a review for Legend of Korra Season 2, Episode 5, called Peacekeepers. And before I start talking about this, just want to give you guys a little update about this news YouTube channel called Tomo News. And they're actually doing a contest type thing where they're going to give $2,000 for you guys to submit your own type video for a news story.
Did you just capture something newsworthy on camera? Then send us your videos now and win $2,000. Visit here for more details.
So if you want to enter that in the description below, there'll be more information about that, and you can submit it to Tomo News. And of course, go check out Tomo News and subscribe to them because they animate their own news stories. So be sure to check them out, and hope you guys enjoyed that. But let's talk about Legend of Korra Season 2, Episode 5, called Peacekeepers. So in this episode, we get to see more of the war tension, I guess. Like last episode, Korra is trying to figure out how do I defeat the Northern Water Tribe, because that's been her big thing for about 2 episodes now. So she's trying to figure out how do I defeat them. So she's like, let me go to the president, that way we can get more of the world army on my side, that way we could, or the United Army on my side, that way we could defeat the Northern Water Tribe, or, you know, trying to protect the Southern Water Tribe. That doesn't quite work. The president's like, I don't really want to do that. I don't think, that's not in a political favor for me. So Korra gets very upset about this, so she's going to try to go behind the president's back and ask Iroh to say, I know the president doesn't want this, but can you help me? But this doesn't quite work out because the president finds out that Korra wants to kind of backstab him, and he asks Mako, what's going on? I know you're close to the Avatar, you're her boyfriend, did you hear anything about these events? And Mako's like, yeah, she is going to do that. So Mako kind of ruins Korra's plans with that, and Mako and Korra have a humongous fight about this, and they break up. They break up in this episode. Korra gets very upset, she runs into the ocean, and a spirit attacks her, and we don't really know what happens after that because it ends in a cliffhanger. And then Tenzin's story was actually not really existing in this episode. We have a little Tenzin story with his son. His son is trying to teach the animals, and I guess Tenzin's realizing that he's pushing his son a little too hard, and he realizes, hey, have fun with your animals. You don't have to train them. So that's really the little story that we have here. So what did I like and what did I dislike with this episode? I felt at the beginning of the episode I was a little bit on the bored side. A lot of setup in this episode, and a lot of setup that we already knew. And that rash Korra, I think a lot of us have been disliking with Season 2. We get a lot of that, and I think that I said this in my Season 2 reviews, that there's a very thin line with rash Korra. And Korra's always been a rash character, but in Season 1 she was a likable rash, because you kind of understood what she was doing. She did the wrong thing, but she had her family and her friends to back her up. Now, everyone's disagreeing with her, and she doesn't have really anyone to back her up, and most of her rash decisions are wrong. And yeah, most of the rash decisions she made last season, some of them were wrong, but a lot of them were gut. She did it. Sometimes it didn't end up the way she wanted it, but it ended up okay in the end. With this, everything she does is wrong. And I think Mako in this episode really gets pissed off about that. And honestly, I would get pissed off also. All Korra does is yell at Mako throughout this whole entire season. And that's been something I've been really disliking, because I've been a big Mako and Korra fan since Season 1. I liked Asami and Mako, and I like Asami's character, but I was rooting for them since they first met. I saw the chemistry. And Season 2, they just did not elaborate on that relationship. It was more Korra being frustrated and yelling at Mako. So I understand where Mako breaks up with Korra, and you could kind of feel more empathetic with Mako in this episode than Korra. But I think this is what Korra needs, honestly, is just to kind of back up and realize, okay, maybe let me figure out this Avatar stuff and then have a relationship. Maybe to learn a little bit more about herself, because I think that's a been a big complaint about season 2 is that she doesn't know a lot about herself, and she hasn't changed since season 1. And I think what we need with season 2, what we haven't seen, it seems like it's getting there, but she hasn't developed as a character. She hasn't changed. She's still rash, but how do we change that? And it seemed like in the end of season 1 she was developing to become a rash person, but control her rashness. And I'm really hoping we get to see more of a development, and maybe this is what she needs. She needs to be by herself, and I think with the next couple episodes, hopefully we'll see her train with other avatars, because she gets attacked by the spirit. Maybe this will be her journey with the spirit, and I think that's what we've been all excited for season 2. The Civil War plot is more of a subplot, not even the bigger plot. The bigger plot was supposed to be about the spirits, and that's been shoved to the side. So again, this episode had some up and downs. I think the best part definitely was the ending. I was kind of on the edge of my seat. The whole Mako breakup scene was great. There's a little less comedic relief here, maybe because there was less Tenzin, and maybe that's why I didn't love this episode as much, because there was less of Tenzin's story, and I've seen many reviews, and it seems like really the whole Korra fan base has been liking the Tenzin story more than the Korra story, and in my opinion, I think that was missing here. So I want to see more Tenzin. There was less comedic relief with Bolin, I thought. There's more comedic relief with that, I can't think of the guy's name right now, but the company guy, he's more the comedic relief right now, and he tried helping Korra, which I really do like. Varric, I really like his character. I had a lot of fun with him in this episode, but he was better in other episodes too. So the comedic relief was a little less here, and I think there's more political uprising in this episode, and more of like, what does Korra decide? But is it likable what she's deciding, and is it reasonable? So that's definitely a question. So hopefully after this episode, her discovering more about the spirit side of herself, which I thought what the season was supposed to be about, which we haven't gotten, hopefully that's what we will be getting in the next couple episodes. Like I say, I liked the Civil Wars episode last week more than this episode. I just felt a little upset with it. Again, the beginning of the episode, I just felt a little bit on the bored side, honestly. Happy that Lynn's back. She made me laugh in the end when Mako says, yeah, I just broke up with the Avatar, and she said, I would have done worse. I did worse with Tenzin when Tenzin broke up with me. So I had a lot of fun with Lynn, and I'm glad that Mako has a backbone now, because he deserves it. I like Korra as a character, but Mako, he's been abused throughout this whole season. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Tell me what you guys thought about this episode. Are you excited for the next episode? I'm still excited for the next episode. I feel like with every end of the episode, there's still promise for the next episode. And I really hope it's like a weak beginning of the season and become a stronger end of the season. I'm just hoping maybe the reverse of what we have with season 1, because season 1 was stronger in the beginning and started to become weaker towards the end. So hopefully we'll get more of a stronger season. Fingers crossed. But it was an okay episode. Hope you guys enjoyed. This is Comic Uno, guys. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter for Comic Uno and the Rant Situations. And don't forget to like my Facebook page. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.